Hey everybody, welcome back to Blu-Roy Movies. It's time for the weekly watches. After last week's dalliances away for the weekend, we're back on schedule, back on a Sunday, back where you know me best, and let's get cracking. First watch of the week, Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. Not a big Tim Burton fan, not a big Johnny Depp fan for that matter. Whilst it looks, I like the gothic look of it and the feel of it. I felt the story was a bit dull, to be fair. I've watched it less than a week ago now, and I can't remember much about it, so that's telling you something. Yeah, not for me really. I think I'll look at it, moving it on, see how much I can get back for it in CX or putting it on eBay and getting something I do like for the collection. That's what I do. If I don't think I'm going to watch a film again, I'll move it on. Shelf spaces of a premium as for all as collectors. So yeah, that was Sleepy Hollow, the first of the week. Now the next watch of the week was a little bit better for me. A film called The Party. I'd never heard of it before, and I saw it in the charity shop for about 50p a few weeks ago, so I thought I'd pick it up. It's got a good little cast. It's got Patricia Clarkson, Bruno Ganz, who played Hitler in Downfall, Emily Mortimer, Cillian Murphy, old Oppenheimer, Kristen Scott Thomas, Timothy Spall. Now this is a film, it's all set in one location in somebody's house. Kristen Scott Thomas's character, she's been promoted to a government cabinet office, and she's holding a little soiree, as these government types do. They don't have parties like me and you, they have a soiree. And she invites a few select friends round to celebrate her promotion with her. And pretty soon things get out of hand, and it finds out people have been having affairs. Really, yeah, mixed up characters, and just one of them good films, good story unfolding. Every time it unfolds a bit more, it gets a bit thicker and thicker, and it's one that I really enjoyed. If you see that one cheap, give it a watch. It's got a great ending to it too. I won't spoil it, but yeah, really, really good fun. Next up was a film I should have seen years and years ago. I never stops failing to amaze me, cinema. You put these films on and how good they are. It's James Dean in Rebel Without a Cause. Now, the first thing that surprised me with it is it's in colour. I always thought this was a black and white film, so it's quite surprising. The Technicolor looked quite wonderful in it. It stars the late, great James Dean, who died at 24. I think he died like a month before this came into cinemas, tragically killed in a car crash. Co-starring Natalie Wood, who also died young at the age of 43 in a drowning accident, which, although the coroner ruled that it was accidentally, there's always been shrouded in a bit of mystery. Yeah, this is really, really good stuff, and like I say, I can't believe it's taken me so long to watch it. James Dean's character is a bit of a tearaway, and he moves into a new town and gets into a knife fight with this other youth, which apparently they're actually using real knives in it, and James suffered quite a few nicks and scratches whilst doing it. It all escalates, and it ends up in tragedy and the law chasing them. Yeah, really, really good film. If you haven't seen that before, give it a crack. I need to watch Dean's other two films. I've got a copy of Giant. I think it's about 3.5 hours long. And his other film was East of Eden, which I've ordered a copy off eBay, quite cheap actually, about £4. So looking forward to watching his other two films. You can see off this why he's become such an iconic figure, because it just epitomises coolness in it. He wears a plain white T-shirt in it, and apparently the sales of T-shirts absolutely rocketed in the United States just through his performance. Yeah, really, really good stuff. If, like me, you've held off on that, stick it in, give it a whirl, because it's quite magnificent. Next up, I've finished off my Female Prisoner box set with the fourth and last of the series. And although a lot of people tout this as the worst of the four, I've still had a great time with it. Really, really good stuff. It follows our heroine, Naomi. She's still on the run. There's a detective after her. She's getting help from a guy who works in sort of like a sex show place. Ends up getting recaught again. and she's on death row and I'm to try and get away from there. It really, if you like these Japanese exploitation films, buy the box set in the sale next time because it's incredible. I know I've banged the drum for it on the last 4 videos or so I've made, but it really, really is that good. I think this is seminal cinema. Try saying that after a few pints. Yeah, really great. Next up was the 1931 Dracula, as I've alluded to before. Is my favourite Dracula film and my favourite actor who plays Dracula right from the kick-off. You've got Tchaikovsky's Swan Lake playing, which really sets the tone for a brilliant creepy movie. It's only about an hour and 10 minutes, so it rattles along at a fair pace. Yeah, as I say, my favourite Dracula film, and I can't wait to get stuck into the rest of them. I think there's 6 films on this set, so that's going to be really good. Yeah, so that was Dracula. Next up, if you watch James's video, he's been doing his shelf by shelves, and he's got a copy of Voices, but he got it from his wife for Valentine's Day, and it's still sealed, and she's wrote a little message on the wrap for him, so he's never opened it. But while I was away this week, I saw a copy of this in the Lancaster CX, so I thought I'll pick it up for him so he can finally watch the film. I've got a DVD copy, and it's a long time since I watched it, so I thought I'll give it a whirl again before I send it off to him. And really good fun film. Very dark. It's about Ryan Reynolds' character. He's got a mental illness where it's schizophrenia, he hears voices, and if he don't take his meds, he hears his dog and his cat talking to him. Now the dog's the nice guy, telling him to behave and stuff like that, and the cat's urging him on to murder people. Yeah, really graphic scenes in here, not for the faint of heart or the squeamish, but yeah, really good fun film. James, you'll enjoy that, I think, when you get that. Next up for me was Force 10 from Navarone. I'd never seen this before. Been sat with me indicator releases for a long time. Good cast. Robert Shaw, young Harrison Ford, Barbara Bach from one of the Bond movies, can't remember which one off the top of my head. Edward Fox, who's always good, and a fantastic Franco Nero. He played a German spy. They're tasked with blowing up a bridge in Nazi occupied, I think it was Norway. No, it wasn't Norway. No, it wasn't Norway. I'm drawing a blank on where it was. But anyway, I spied by. They're tasked with blowing up this bridge. And I suppose it's indicative of war films this time of the 70s and 60s. You know what to expect from them, and they don't disappoint. Just good rollicking action. Force 10 from Navarone, worth getting in the indicator sale. I think they sell it for £5. Next up was one everybody's seen, a rewatch for me. Kingsman: The Secret Service, Colin Firth, Samuel Jackson, Michael Caine, brilliant cast, brilliant fun. Sort of a spoof on the spy era. Samuel L. Jackson plays a brilliant baddie with a lisp. The scene in the church with Colin Firth killing everybody is one of the greatest films of modern times. Maybe I'm going a bit overboard in that, but it's really enjoyable. Kingsman: Secret Service, you've all seen it, you all know how good it is. And I like all 3 films, even the latest one, which everybody else seems to hate. And last for this week, but no way least, a film that Larry sent me over because he knows I love George Cole. He's one of my favourite actors from my favourite programmes, The Green Man. Now, this was really good. It's got Alistair Sims, Terry Thomas in it too. Alistair Sims, he's an assassin. He needs to cover up he needs to kill his, well, it's his fiancée, but he's only said he's going to marry her to get some information out of her. But George Cole witnesses her murder, and then Alistair Sims has to stop him spilling the beans. Really breathtaking, fast-paced action, sort of screwball comedy, crime caper from the 50s. Really, really enjoyed it. That was a great addition to the library. Thank you, Larry. I appreciated that. I'll be watching that more and more times. Yeah, so that's everything I watched this week from the collection. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 titles, which wasn't too bad considering I was away last weekend. And to be fair, when we got back Sunday, I was absolutely shattered. I slept for 12 hours, which is very unlike me. I streamed one thing actually this week, the Oscar-nominated film Poor Things, and I thought that was incredible. For me, film of the last year. Not for everybody, but I seem to dig those films that aren't for everybody. Some really, really graphic scenes in it. Really great stuff. Yeah, so that's everything this week. Thanks for watching. Give me a like if you've liked it. It helps the algorithm, sticks me up there, gets my stuff out to people. If you like what I do, feel free to subscribe. I've got an offer on at the moment where it's free subscriptions, and if you subscribe, you get your first 1,000 likes free also. So why wouldn't you? Thanks, guys. Take care. Have a good week, and goodbye.